Hello again, viewers. Jake here with, that's right, the seasonal video rundown of the animes we can look forward to in fall 2017. That starts October. Let's get looking. First up, we have some sequels. We have the third season of Shokugeki no Soma, San no Sara, by JC Staff. Really looking forward to more of that. Iron Chef, the school anime. We also have from Bones, Kakai Sensen and Beyond, the second season of Kakai Sensen, which you should be excited about. If not, you probably haven't seen the first season, which you should rectify. There's also from Dogakobo, Himoto Umaru-chan R, the second season of Himoto Umaru-chan. I imagine I am saying one of those words wrong. We also have from Shaft, the second season of Fuigatsu no Lion. Now, let's actually start looking at some non-sequels, shall we? First up, from Studio Pietro, we have Black Cover, based on the manga. Atsa and Yuno were abandoned together at the same church and have been inseparable since. As children, they promised that they would compete against each other to see who would become the next Emperor Magus. However, as they grew up, some differences between them became plain. Yuno was a genius with magic, with amazing power and control, while Asta could not use magic at all, and tried to make up for his lack by training physically. When they received their grimoires at age 15, Yuno gets a spectacular book with a 4-leaf clover. Most people receive a 3-leaf clover, while Asta receives nothing at all. However, when Yuno was threatened, the truth about Asta's power was revealed. He receives a 5-leaf clover grimoire, a black clover. Now the two friends are heading out in the world, both seeking the same goal. Thank you, Synopsis, for likely spoiling the whole first episode. Still, sounds fairly generic. Next up, we have from Studio ACGT, based on the visual novel. I'm hard enough figuring out how to pronounce Japanese words, but here I go. Deus Irae? Deus Irae? Translates to Day of Wrath. On May 1st, 1945, in Berlin, as the Red Army raises the Soviet flag over the German words, over the Reichskanzlei, a group of Nazi officers conduct a ritual. For them, the slaughter in the city is nothing but the perfect ritual sacrifice in order to bring back the Order of the 13 Lances, a group of supermen whose coming would bring the world's destruction. Years later, no one knows if this group of officers succeeded, or whether they lived or died. Few know of their existence, and even those who knew began to pass away as the decades passed. Now, in December, in the present day, in Suwahara City, Ren Fuji spends his days at the hospital. It has been 2 months since the incident that brought him to the hospital, a fight with his friend Shiroyusa, where they almost tried to kill each other. He tries to value what he has left to him, but every night he sees the same dream. A guillotine, murderers who hunt people, and the black-clothed knights who pursue the murderers. He is desperate to return to his normal, everyday life, even now he hears Shiro's words. Everyone who remains in this city eventually loses their mind. So? Nazis, eh? I never played the visual novel of this, to be honest. And knowing my experience with visual novel adaptations, even if this is good, I imagine it's going to leave a lot out that's going to annoy fans. Okay, what do we have next? Oh, some more sequels and spin-offs. First, from Sunrise, we have the second season of the Love Live spin-off series, Love Live Sunshine. We also have the sixth season of Gintama, from whatever studio produces that. Oh, and we have, I'm not sure if this is a sequel or a reboot, but I know a lot of people are excited about this. From Lerche Studio, Kino no Tabi, The Beautiful World. I really need to get back to Kino's journey. Right, back to shows with actual synopsises and spoiler-filled synopses. The hell kind of noise am I making? Anywho, from the fine people at Mappa Studio, we have Inuyashiki Last Hero. Inuyashiki Ichiro is down on his luck. While only 58 years old, his... Wow, my brain just locked up looking at that word. Juraic look, I guess, often have him written off as a pathetic old man by the world around him, and he's completely ignored and disrespected by his family despite all that he's done to support them. On top of everything else, his doctor has revealed that he has cancer, and it appears that he has little time left in this world. But just when it seems things couldn't get any worse, a blinding light in the night sky strikes the earth where Ichiro stands. He later wakes up to find himself unscathed, but he soon starts to notice that there's something different about him. However, it turns out that these strange new changes are just what Ichiro needs to take a new lease on life, and now it seems like there's nothing to stop him from being a hero worthy of respect that he never had before. Unless that is, there's someone else out there with these same changes. I'm not really sure how to react to a synopsis like that, but it's pretty high on the old MAL popularity list. Yes, I'm looking at MAL because everyone seems to have forgiven or forgotten about the whole editing the list that was about punching Nazis to make it just about, things that just happen to have Nazis in them. And without informing the original writer, or did they seek penance for that? I missed it. That's possible. Moving on. Next up, we have from Pine Jam Studio. Why Pine Jam Studio? Just because. That's the name of the anime. Just because. Oh right, I forgot to look at. Inuyashiki is based on the manga, and Just Because is an original IP. Synopsis. At the end of the second semester of third year of high school, 4 students are prepared for graduation and feel the ending of their high school life. But that changes a little with the arrival of a transfer student. Why does it change? Just because. I know, I'm so original it hurts. Next up, let's attempt to keep rolling from MSC Studio, based on the visual novel. No visual novel adaptation. Code, realize, Sose no Himegimi. Himegimi? Yeah, Himegimi. Himegimi. Or Code, realize, Guardian of Rebirth. Cardia has a deadly poison residing in her body, and as a result, gets called a monster by others. That's... Really? Whatever. Visual novel. One night, she meets a mysterious man calling himself Arsène Lupin, who leads her to industrial London. From there, she meets various people, uncovering the truth and real stories behind these strange people and land, in an attempt to recover her memories and search for her father, who holds the key to her memories in London. What happened to the fact that she has a poison deep in her body? Is this gonna be an Otomi game where famous London people are secretly hot? Are we gonna get super sexy Sherlock Holmes? Probably. Actually, if I look down at the cast, I'd probably, know whether or not there's sexy Holmes or the like. I mean, there has to be, right? It's London. And it's clearly based on the Otama game. Next, what we have... Oh, hey. Next up, we have from Studio Pietro the second season of Osomatsu-san. That's heard good things about that one. Heard some good things. Okay, what the hell? Sorry. Okay, from Studio Diomedia and Studio Blanc, based on the manga, we have Boku no Kanojo ga Majimesugiru Shobitch na Ken, or My Girlfriend is a Faithful Virgin Bitch. I'm not making this up. That's what the page says right there. What does the synopsis say? After Shinozaki Haruka confesses to the class rep, Kosaka Akiho, he comes to find that the perfect class representative might be a little bit harder to handle than he previously thought. Shobitch. That's apparently a term. Oh boy. Could be fun. I mean, I'm enjoying Hajimete no Gao. Next up, based on the manga from Studio JC staff, we have Kajira no Kora wa Sajo ni Utau, or Children of the Whales, or Whale Calves Sing on the Sand. Okay. Chakuro is a 14-year-old activist of the mud whale, a nigh-utopian island that floats through the surface of an endless sea of sand. 9 in 10 of the inhabitants of the mud whale have been blessed and cursed with the ability to use Saimia, special powers that doom them to an early death. Karuko and his friends have stumbled across other islands, but they have never met, seen, or even heard of a human who wasn't from their own. One day, Chakuro visits an island as large as the mud whale and meets a girl who will change his destiny. Next up, from Studio Gokumi, we have the sequel of Yuki yuna wa yusha da aru. Yusha no sho. Wait. What? What? Sorry, the reason I'm confused is because after the next anime on the list, we're followed up with, based on the light novel from Studio Gokumi, Yuki Yuna wa Yusha da Aru Washoi Sumi no Sho. In the year 298 from the era of the gods, elementary school student Sumi Washoi, Sonoko Nogi, and Gin Mino are tasked with an important mission. They are to become heroes and fight Vertex, a mysterious enemy that is attacking Shinju-sama, the god tree that protects Shikoku, the only area in the world that is still habitable. What they don't know is that the fight will cost them more than they could ever imagine. Now I'm wondering because... Sorry, I'm confused because, Yuki Yuna wa Yusha de Aru wa Shoi Sumi no Sho is supposed to air sometime in October, but for 6 episodes. And Yuki Yuna wa Yusha de Aru wa Yusha no Sho, also 6 episodes long, supposed to air sometime in November, so I'm wondering if that's supposed to be a sequel series to the series based on a light novel. That's weird. That is weird. Let's see. Next up, based on the manga from JC staff. Wow, they're busy this week, aren't they? Well, not this week, but you get what I mean. We have UQ Holder, ! Maho Sensei Negima 2. My god, we have a sequel to Negima. In the decade since the world became aware of the existence of magic, the world has undergone massive upheaval. However, a boy named Tota lives in seclusion in a rural town far removed from these changes. His ordinary life is highlighted by his magic-using female teacher and his supportive friends. With his tranquil daily life in disrepute, he embarks on a unique adventure. How unique can it be if it's a sequel? Hi, Ragna. I think that's his name. I know it's not Blood Edge. Oh boy. Next up we have from Studio Dean the 2nd season of Hozuki no Reitetsu. I forget if I've seen that or not. Oh well. After that we have a sneeze in my nose. Okay, it's passed. After that, we have from Graphinica, based on the light novel, Juni Taisen. 12 warriors who are burdened with the names of the 12 Chinese zodiac members fight with each other's lives and pride at stake, all to grant just one wish. Okay. Won't be as good as Fruits Basket, but, well, who can be? Oh boy. Next up on the list, based on the light novel from Studio Silverlink, we have Imoto Sei Irebai, or It'd Be Good If Only Little Sister Was Here. Let's read the synopsis before we get too judgy. This is the story all about how the daily life of young novelist Itsuki Hashima, with his perfect little sister Chihiro, the genius illustrator Nayuta Kani, and his best friend Miyako Shirakawa and some insane partners from his publisher. I just hope that it turns out to be a less let me have sex with my sister show than Ero Manga Sensei. Please. Let's move on. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, next, from Studio 7, based on the novel, Osama Game. For those who do not know, that translates to King's Game. The game that, when done drunk, usually leads to something excessively biological. Nobuyaki Kanazawa, who transferred to a high school far away, is afraid of getting intimate with his new classmates because of the events that happened from his previous school. This led him to shut his heart. However, he starts to open up during the sports festival class relay. He and all his classmates receive an email from Osama. At first, his classmates didn't take what they were told seriously, thinking it's just a joke. But Nobuyaki, the only one who knows the real meaning of it, fights against the death game that will soon begin. The rules of the Osama game are as follows. All class members must participate. The order sent by Osama through emails must be followed within 24 hours. A punishment will be given to those who don't follow the order. Quitting the Osama game halfway is forbidden. Also, I love how in this main image for the show, everyone's all anime-like except our hero. Also, if this has to do with what happened in the previous school, why isn't there a manhunt for Osama? Just saying. Next up on the list, we have, from Orange Studio, based on the manga, Hoseki no Kuni, or The Country of Jewels? Land of Lustrous? I don't know. Seems to have been adapted before once. In the distant future, a new immortal and genderless life form called gems populate the earth. We are the crystal gems. No. The 28 gems must fight... The 28 gems must fight against the moon dwellers who attack them regularly to abduct them and turn them into decorations. Each gem is assigned a role, such as a fighter or a medic. Being over 300 years old, Phospholite is the youngest of the gems and has no assignment yet. He wants to help to fight the moon dwellers, but is too weak and brittle for battle. One day, the Master of Gems, Kongo, RTMIT, assigns him the task of creating a natural history encyclopedia. We are the crystal gems! Next up from White Fox Studio, based on the manga, we have Shoujo Shumatsu Yoko, or The Girl's Last Tour. That sounds nice and depressing. Civilization is dead. Whew. As I said, nice and depressing. But Chito and Yuri are still alive. So they hop aboard their beloved Kettenkrad motorbike and aimlessly wander the ruins of the world they once knew. Day after hopeless day, they look for their next meal and fuel for their ride. But as long as the two are together, even an existence as bleak as theirs has a ray or two of sunshine in it. Whether they're sucking down their fill of soup or hunting for machine parts to tinker with. For two girls in a world full of nothing, the experiences and feelings the two share give them something to live for. Man, I'm taking longer pauses than I need to. Let's move on. Next up, we have me speaking slowly. Next up we have Saredo Sumi Bito wa Ryu to Odoru from Studio Silver Arcs Pictures, based on the light novel. Or Dances with Dragons. Oddly enough, I don't think this will be a cultural appropriation trying to scrub out the fact that... I'm sorry, I'm trying to make a joke about it not being Dances with Wolves, but it's kind of fumbling in my mouth. Moving on. Joke about Dances with Wolves. Anyway. The series takes place in an alternate world staged mostly in the city of Erindana, whose territory is half in the Suberun Dragon Empire and half in the Lapetodes Seven Cities Alliance. Each half is separated by the Orielal River. In this world, special abilities called spell formulas exist, which are essentially chemical reactions augmented through special weapons that cause a magic spell-like effect. These special weapons are called magic staff weapons and are as varied as regular weapons are. Then they aren't staffs, are they? I mean, unless the mythos is, well, most of them were staffs to begin with, but now, whoo! Spell formulas use these spell formulas to fight with beasts of abhorrent form. Natural creatures that use spell formulas and pose a threat to humans, such as dragons, ions, and Imoras. What's the point of having dragons if the two next creatures sound made up? The story focuses on the two main characters, Gaius Sorel and Gigina Ashele Buch. The only two employees of Spell Formula's dispatch office, Ashle Buch and Sorel Co. They are met with a variety of requests from a variety of clients, all requiring the adept use of spell formulas. Next, we have from Studio Signal MD, based on the web manga Netju no Susume. Or Netoju no Susume. Morioka is a 30-year-old single NEET woman. After dropping out from reality, she has taken off in search for a fulfilling life and ended up in the net game or netoge. In the netoge world, she began her new life as a refreshing and handsome character named Hayashi. While starting out as a beginner, a pretty character named Lily reached out to help her. Meanwhile, in the real world, awaits a shocking encounter with a good-looking elite company employee, a mysterious blue-eyed blonde. Well, at least in this case, it sounds like this person's actually a NEET, as opposed to when it was in real life, where he was a NEET only because the show needed us to know he was a NEET, despite him doing part-time jobs and looking for employment. Guess I'm still angry about real life. This show sounds cute, though. Next, we have an original anime that doesn't have a studio attached to it, and at least not on Mall. Dia Horizon. We meet and share one death and two lives. Wait, what? We met and shared one death in two lives. What's beyond the end of the horizon? Death, hope, freedom. Girl has born with the secret to the end. She is not allowed to live freely. Freedom was just a word she yearned for. She lived in a closed and narrow world. Her life is chosen by someone, therefore she thought, if the God only gives me the scenario with no freedom, I want to share the death with you not that someone. I want to give the half of destiny to her, even if I have to share the death with her. That synopsis made no sense. That was not a synopsis. That was someone's dark poetry jam. Next from Studio Lerche, based on the manga Konohana Kitan. In a village inhabited by yokai, the lives of several foxmon, working in the hot spring inn. The stories revolve around a new employee, Yuzu. Yuzu had always been living in the mountains, but now has to adjust to a new life working in a high-class inn. She is oblivious and clumsy at first, but with her simple cuteness, she is able to get along with all the other foxes. Hey man, I'm not one to say no to foxy ladies. I'll just nip off and shoot myself for that joke, but first, next up, based on the manga from A1 Pictures, I was wondering when they'd show up this month. Blend S. Sakura Nomiya is by nature a person with bad luck and is always getting into trouble, but knows Dino, who manages a cafeteria. However, it is not any cafeteria, and the waitresses have to act according to their attributes. Joy. Happy joy, even. Next up, another anime without a synopsis from PRA Studio, based on the music, apparently. Tsuki Pro the Animation. I have no idea. That's a boy band thing. Which is it, Mouser? Do you want in or do you want out? Meow? What's wrong? Don't like how much I'm talking? But the audience can't even hear you. Next, an original anime from Studio WAO World, or Wall World, I guess. Anime Gataris. The anime centers on Minoa Asagaya, a new high school student in Sakaneko Private High School. Despite being a novice to anime, Minoa's classmate Arisu Kamigusa invites her to make an anime research club at school. Through conversations with her classmate Miko Koenji, as well as various anime-loving upperclassmen, Minoa gradually gets hooked on anime while they stand against the student council's continuous efforts to disband their club, and they ignore the impending end of the world. They talk about anime, whether in Akiba or in real-life Sacred Place anime settings, or the hot springs. Wait, back up! End of the world? What? Are they just talking in general, or is there an actual... Next, another anime without a synopsis, based on the game from Studio A1 Pictures, Idol Masters Side M, because we need that audience too. Next, from Studio Creators Impact, based on the web manga, Osaka wa Fufu ni Natte Kara. Chisato Mizusawa is a reserved but excellent and pretty assistant manager in her company. She has a secret that only her husband, Sore, knows, which is that she likes drinking alcohol and she can become very cute when she is drunk. Even tonight, she gets relaxed with the phrase shifuku and drunk with the cocktail Sore mix. It's a yoidere, drunken dere, cocktail comedy of Japan's coolest husband and wife. Next up, an original anime from Dende Leon Animation Studio LLC. Sounds like money laundering. Robo Masters the Animated Series. Now I have a cat in my face. The series will depict college students as they prepare and participate in the Robo Master Tournament. That's it. I mean, good show doesn't need a complex synopsis, but still. Next up, from Studio, Me le pense. Wake Up Girls Shinso. Sequel to the movie Wake Up Girls Beyond the Bottom. I don't follow Wake Up Girls, so I don't know. There's no synopsis there, I just know that it's a title that I have seen before. Next up, based on the web manga from studios Shirogumi and EMT Squared, Urahara. 3 high school girls are putting together a limited time shop called Park in Japan's Urojuku. One day, aliens come to Earth with the intent to steal the famed district's culture. At the same time, a mysterious girl appears. The 3 girls band together to defeat the alien threat and protect their beloved Harajuku. Could be fun. Looks fun and interesting. Well, looks fun at least. Next up, an anime that I know far too few people are excited about. But hey, not everyone can like the classics. We have the 2nd season of Classical Lloyd. Yeah! We get more goofy ass shit like more Schubert rapping. Hype! Next up, from Studio Tatsunoko Productions, not surprising, based on the manga, Infinity Force. The original manga follows a young girl who summons a team of superheroes to save others. The anime adaptation will not adapt the story exactly. Okay. Promotional material indicates heroes from Tekkaman, Cashern, Gatchaman, and Hurricane Polymar franchise will appear. So, a Tatsunoko production that is a crossover of Tatsunoko Productions. Sadly, it is not characters from Gatchaman crowds, but still, we do get the original Gatchaman! Next up, what is this? An original anime from Silverlink, Two Car. Two Car follows high schoolers Yuri Miyata and Megumin Meguro as they battle 6 other rival pairs in the sport of motorcycle sidecar racing. Wait, are they side hackers? I get far too excited thinking about that. Next up, based on the visual novels from Studio Pietro and Pietro Plus, which sounds like a subsidiary of Studio Pietro, Dynamic Chord follows the musical careers and personal lives of several bands using the Dynamic Chord agency and music label. Bleh. Okay, what can this possibly be? There's no studio listed, but it's based on a visual novel. Taisho Chihai-san. Hiragi Kyochiro is a boy who travels from his provincial town to Tokyo to attend university. He carries with him his family's sword to protect himself. When he arrives in Tokyo, he becomes swept up in a plot by the Imperial Army. I feel I missed a step. Also, it's a shonenai. Historical shonenai. We also have the 2nd season of Cinderella Girls Gekijo, the 4-comma adaptation. And somehow, we also have a second season to We Love Rice, the rice-eating propaganda anime. I can't tell if they're getting a second season because it's popular or because the people behind it really want you to buy and eat more rice. Next up, another anime that's 6 episodes long and starts airing late November. I should re-look through the chart and see if I missed any that also do that, because that's weird. It's weird that some of these are going for 6 episodes. Gotcha, man. No, let's actually focus on what I'm supposed to be doing. Based on music from Le Duce Studio, Itsu Date Bokura no Koe wa Ten Senti Date, and Data, rather. And there's no synopsis. We also have, next up, the 5th season of Card Fight Vanguard G. No synopsis on this one. Fireball Humorous, and has the weird, white Miku looking robot thingy on it. 2nd season of Time Boken 24. Time Boken Gyakushu no San Akunin. No studio on that one. No synopsis on this. We have... So there's no studio, but it's based on quote-unquote other. Aiseki Mongol Girl. Weird. We also have original anime from DLE Studios with no synopsis. Ore Tacha Yokai Ningen. I have my doubts because I imagine the artwork's going to be slow moving and choppy, but I like the poster. And wrapping things up at the bottom of the list, we have, based on the manga, by 7 studios, Omiai Aite wa Oshiego Tsuyokina Mondaiji. Let me just see if that actually has a translation on the page, because that is a mouthful. It does not. And despite it saying it not having a synopsis, once I click on it, hey, there's a synopsis. Hey, what's your name? Synopsis. 2 are female teacher and her students, but they're engaged? Nano is a popular teacher who is admired by students. Only Soji, a male student, gives her trouble. One day, someone she knows introduced her to for an arranged marriage. Nano's worried at first, but later becomes frank with the man who she meets and is in a good mood. Later, she realizes that he is Soji, who disguised as someone else. Even though she rejects the arranged marriage, Soji still comes to pursue her. Will Nano, the serious teacher, be able to reject Soji's love? Maybe wait for him to graduate because otherwise it's illegal? Just saying. And that's a look at 2017's fall lineup. Got some odd ones in there, it feels like. But we also have second seasons of a lot of popular animes, or animes that people have been looking forward to. We got Kino's Journey, 3 Gatsu no Lion, Kekai Sensen, Shokugeki no Soma. Heard some good things about Umaru-chan. So it'll be interesting to see what non-sequels, and also we got Negima's sequel, that's weird. What non-direct sequels are. Did I forget to say what Osekai no Okuni was from? It's based on a manga and it's from Studio Orange. Anyway, that's a look at the upcoming animes this season. brain's kind of been everywhere, but at least it's not melted this time. As always, I'm Jake, and as always, I hope you stay safe.